Hi, my name is Leontine Albert, and this is my true story of how I survived the sinking of the Titanic. I was a singer at the time. I lived in Paris, France. I also had a maid that traveled with me. My maid and I were a first-class passenger on board. I was very extremely rich because I was a famous singer. When I went on the Titanic, I was 24 years old. My maid and I traveled on the Titanic because it sounded so fun and so relaxing. I was so excited to be on the Titanic. My first few days were fantastic. I was so excited to be on board. When my maid and I were on the Titanic, we had to see the pool, the restaurants, and the gym. I went to 2 pool restaurants and I went to the pool. I was so excited to be on the Titanic because it was a new ship and it was like a floating palace. I loved being on the Titanic those first few days. Suddenly we heard some commotion. There was a crew member knocking on my door, and I said, "What's going on?" He said, "We've hit an iceberg. Put your life jacket on and get into a lifeboat." But when I got on deck, I heard everyone joking and laughing. Some were even in nightgowns. Then the deck started slanting, and everyone got serious. I tried to get in the first lifeboat I saw, but my maid and I had to go on lifeboat 9. When we got down to the freezing water, we paddled a little bit away. I could see people jumping into the freezing water. I felt bad for all the people who sank. A few hours later, we got help from a ship called the Carpathia. I was very excited to be rescued. After the Carpathia rescued us, it took us to New York. I felt lucky to be alive. Since the Titanic sank, I kept having nightmares about it. I went to the Titanic Museum one day and saw all the things people had lost. I will always remember all the people who died. I felt so lucky to be alive.